Yo, how's it going everyone? Hope you're doing good. Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be checking out a livery tutorial on how to make a USA style, American style police car or cop car, whatever you want to call it. And this is going to be on the Nissan Silvia S13 or the Wellington S20 in game. So to start off, we're just going to make the car itself completely white, so gloss white, and then we're going to make the wheels gloss white as well. And you can use any body kit, doesn't matter, any sort of bumpers, body kit, anything you want, and any wheels that you want. But we'll start off with white paint and white wheels. And now we're going to go into the vinyl editor, and we're going to create our first vinyl shape. What we're going to do is just choose this square right here, and then we're going to paint it black, and we're going to make sure the paint type is gloss, so gloss black. And then we're going to make this square as big as we can. We're just going to make it as, so big that it fits the whole car. And then you're going to press your projection button, which is the right trigger for PlayStation and Xbox, but as you can see, the projection button, it will tell you what it is. You can see me pressing it in the top right, and all it does is project the shape onto the car from the angle that you're looking at it. So once you've got that black square projected onto the car, then you want to press the left trigger to bring up your Add Controls menu, and then you want to duplicate that square and just copy the whole process around the car. So project a black square across the whole car on all the different sides, duplicate it, and then you will get a black body paint on the car. But all the extra bits like the roll cage, the bash bar, the front grille, the wing mirrors, and sometimes the spoiler, they stay white. So you've got a black body paint and white sort of extra parts to the car. Then the next thing that you want to do is you want to get the same square, make it quite big, just enough to cover the door panel. Then you want to make it white paint, and all this is going to do is just help us to see the lines of the door panel, because what we're going to do is colour in the door. And this is the hardest thing to do on the whole livery. Everything else after this is pretty easy. So next thing we want to do is grab another square shape, and this time we're going to paint it a nice bright colour, something like red, but use any colour that you prefer. And then what we're going to do is stretch this square. If you want to know how to do that, just press the left trigger, bring up the extra controls menu, and it allows you to stretch a shape, wider, taller, rather than just making it bigger or smaller. So you want to stretch the square until it's sort of a rectangle box shape, and you just want to cover as much of the top part of the door as you can. As you can see, just put it where I've put it. Then the next thing you want to do is you want to grab the vinyl shape underneath, which is commonly used for a sun strip on the front window. And all you want to do is change this to the same colour red, or just another bright colour that you'll be able to see, how well you're painting in the sort of door panel lines. And then all you want to do is use this sun strip shape and just, stretch it, make it wider, taller, do whatever you got to do to make it match up with the lines of the door panel. And then duplicate this shape, and basically what we want to do is just match the lines of the door on the right and left side, so those curved edges of the door. All we're doing is just colouring in the door, remember? And then I'll just speed this up, but basically all we're doing is using this curved shape to match the curved lines of the door. And again, we're just colouring this door in, and what we're going to do after is change these vinyls back to white. Then we're going to delete the white box that we put behind it, and then we're going to have a white door on both sides. And this is the hardest bit of this livery. Everything else after this is pretty easy. So now all you want to do, basically make sure you've coloured in the whole door. So you should have, the top line of the door, the two side edges, the two curved edges, and then just copy the big box that you did on the top, the rectangle, copy it down to the bottom, and colour in the flat edge of the bottom. And then as you can see here, we've got the door completely coloured in. Make sure you've got no extra, spots or anything, bits that you've missed. And then we're just going to delete the white box that we put behind to help us, see the lines of the door. And there you have it. We now have a red door, but obviously we want it in white. So all we're going to do now is just go onto every one of those shapes that we just put down. I think it was 5 or 6, so not many. And we want to change it into a white gloss, so the brightest white gloss paint that you can find. And then also we want to add symmetry, so as you can see here, it's copied onto the other side. So make them all gloss white and add symmetry to all of them, and there you have your white door panel. And it's on both sides, and that's the hardest part of this livery done. Everything else is really easy and really quick. When you've done that, just double check it, make sure it all looks good, and then make sure you save it as well, because sometimes CarX, if it freezes or something, you'll lose your progress if you don't save often, so make sure you save it. Now the next thing you want to do is grab this vinyl shape here, the letter I, and make it into a gloss black. Then what we're going to do is we're going to stretch the shape, we're going to make it longer and thinner, and we're just going to use this as a line to make sure we can write the word police, in a straight line. That's all it's for, just to help us out basically. We're going to be deleting this after. So make it about the same size as I do here and in the same place, and also add symmetry because we're obviously going to need this for the other side too. Now we're going to write out the word police, and you want to use this font here with the green and red, colors. And then what we'll do is make this the color that we want. So we're going to put the outside line as gloss black, and then we're going to put the inside color as gloss white, so it looks like this. And then we're going to use a really cool trick to basically write out the word police very quickly. What you want to do is just make the first letter, which is obviously P, small enough that you think you're going to be able to fit the whole word on the line. So basically we don't, have to keep trying, and we hopefully get it right the first time. So make the letter P, small enough so that you think the whole word will fit on this line. And then you just want to duplicate the letter P, across the whole line for as many letters as there are in the word police. So yeah, just duplicate and move across the letter P 6 times. And then once you've done that, what you want to do is highlight the different letters, starting from the second letter, and then you'll see a button or an option to replace the vinyl or replace the shape. And then all you want to do is just replace it with the correct letters. So obviously spell out the word police, and then you might need to slightly adjust the position and the size a little bit, just to get it looking perfect. But just write out the word police using this method, and that's it. It's pretty simple and a pretty quick way to do this. But yeah, just write out the word police, line it up until you're happy with it, and then once you're happy with how it looks, we need to now put this on the other side of the car. So what you want to do is grab the letter P, duplicate it, then turn around to the other side of the car and press the projection button, and this is just going to duplicate the letter P and put it on the other side. It's going to be the same size as the letter P that you used before, and we're just going to copy the same process. So once you've got the letter P on the other side of the car by duplicating it and projecting it, we're just going to duplicate it across the whole line, and then write the word police out and get looking nice and looking clean, and that's it. You've got police wrote on both sides of the car. And then once you're definitely sure, you're happy with it on both sides, it matches up with the line, it matches up with the door, it looks nice and clean, you just want to delete the line that we put underneath the word police, so the letter I that we stretched out to help us as a guiding line. Just delete that and then save it there, and yeah, we've done the hardest bit of the livery now, which is the writing of police and the main door. Everything else now is just really simple and really easy, just using the same techniques that we've used before in this video. So yeah, car's looking really good already, not much left to do, but the next thing we want to do is go into the sponsors, the vinyl shapes, but the sponsors section, and you want to choose this sponsor or vinyl here. It kind of looks like a sheriff's badge, so that's why we're using it, and you just want to make sure this is underneath the word police. All you've got to do is just make sure when you create the vinyl that you've created it underneath where you had the police vinyls. Simple as that. Also, you can change the layers after you've done it anyway. If you get it wrong, just use the D-pad on a PlayStation or Xbox, or there's another button on a PC. But yeah, all we want to do is just change the color of this vinyl that looks like a police badge to a metallic gold. And then as you can see, just make it a bit smaller, put it in the middle of the door, and now it looks like we have a sheriff's badge behind the police. Then you want to add the symmetry to put that onto the other side of the car. If you don't want to add symmetry, like you don't think it looks in the right place on the other side, all you can do is just same thing we did with the letter P, is you can just duplicate this vinyl and project it onto the other side yourself, and then you can move it wherever you want rather than using the symmetry. But yeah, do whatever feels best for you, whatever's easiest, whatever looks best for your car. And now these last final bits of the livery are really simple. really easy, really quick to do. You just want to grab a white square or box, rectangle, whatever you call it, and then put it in gloss white, and then put it on this sort of area of the car. Again, it doesn't have to be exactly where I put it. It can be roughly in this area, or you could just do a totally different design and put it wherever you want. But yeah, put a white box shape here, and then add the symmetry so it's on the other side. And then you want to make a number 9 and make it in gloss black, and we're just going to write 911 across this box section. So using the same technique as we did before with the duplication, we're just going to grab the number 9, duplicate it across 2 more times, change it into the number 1, and then we have 911 written in a white box across the back of the car. And then yeah, once we've wrote 911 in this white box, we're just going to copy the same thing onto the other side using the techniques from what we've used already in the video to make sure you've got 911 written on both sides of the car in a white box. And then once again, when you're happy with how it looks, just save it just to be safe, and yeah, we'll carry on to the next stuff, but we're very nearly finished now. But the next thing we're going to do is add a American flag. So you just want to head to the flag section, pick the USA flag, make it about this size, add symmetry so it's on both sides, and put it about here. And then all we're going to do is write the number 1131 in gloss white just above the flag, and then we're going to put that on the other side as well using the techniques that we've used before in this video. Now you don't have to use the same number as me, you can use any number you want. I'm just telling you the ones that I used. And then again, just have a look around, check you're happy with it, make sure it looks clean, it's all lined up nicely. And then once you've done that, save it if you want to, and we'll move on to the next bit. So next we're going to add the police car number, and similar to the techniques we've used before in this video, we're just going to grab the letter I, straighten it out, use it as a kind of guiding line so that we can write this 012 is the number that we're going to use on the roof. So you just want to grab a number. I'm going to start with 0. We're going to copy it or duplicate it across twice, so it's 3 numbers. Then we're going to change the number using the same techniques we've used before in this video, and we're just going to write 012 in a straight line about this size on the roof. And again, make sure you're happy with it, save it if you need to. Then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add a police light on top, and now this is an optional light, you don't have to do this. We've got some other lights that we're going to add on the front and back of the car. This is just as an optional, one of those old school lights with the red spinning round thing. So you're just going to choose this vinyl shape here, and then you're going to make the outside green into a chrome, a bright white or bright silver chrome, and then you're going to make the inside red color into a kind of metallic or chrome red, so it looks like a light. And then yeah, just move it to wherever you think is a good place for it, whatever size, whatever position, and yeah, you've got a custom one of those old school police lights. And then yeah, we're nearly finished now, so once again, just make sure you're saving it often so you don't lose any progress if the game freezes or anything happens. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add the custom police lights. So front and back we're going to have red and blue custom lights. Now to make these custom lights, we're going to grab the same vinyl that we've used a lot of times in this video, the letter I, and we're just going to use this as a light basically. So we're going to paint it red and blue, and put 2 on the front, 2 on the back. So make it to the size and shape and position where you want it. Doesn't have to be exactly where I've put it. Yeah, put it where you're happy with, and then add the symmetry, which will copy it onto the other side of the bumper. And then what you want to do is duplicate this letter I, or this light that we're making, and put it on top of where the other I is. And basically all we're doing is just a little trick to make sure we've got perfect symmetry. So you want to add symmetry, duplicate the letter I, move it across to on top of where the symmetry I is, and then you take the symmetry off of both of these shapes, and then what it means is you've got a perfectly symmetrical 2 separate shapes. They're perfect, and then you can change the colors of them. So you want to make one into a red chrome and the other into a blue chrome, and then you just want to do the same on the back. So the same thing we did before, get the letter I, make it to the same shape you want, In fact, you can just copy the front lights, so grab like the blue or the red light, duplicate it, project it onto the back bumper, and then again add symmetry, copy the letter I, move it over on top of the symmetry letter I, and then remove symmetry off both of them, and then you have a perfectly symmetrical but two separate different shapes for the lights. And again, chrome red and chrome blue, and there you have it, fully custom front and back red and blue police lights. Obviously they don't light up or anything, it's just vinyls, but obviously it looks like custom police lights. And then again, just make sure you're happy with everything, save it to make sure you don't lose any progress. And now we're on to the final bit of the livery design, and then we're going to go back into the paint menu, tint the windows, change the colour of the wheels, and also the tyre smoke, which is all optional stuff and you can play around with it. But yeah, the last bit on the livery is we're going to just write 012 on the front using all the methods from before, so using the guideline, using the duplication method, and the replace vinyl method. Yeah, we're just going to write 012 on the front. Again, you don't have to use the same number as me, you can use whatever numbers you want. But yeah, I'm going to write 012 here. That's the livery finished. Make sure you save it, and then we're going to go on to the paint menu and do the last couple of steps. So we're just going to go back into the main paint menu, and we're going to change the color of the wheels. Again, with the whole livery really, you don't have to follow exactly what I'm doing, you can do whatever you want. But I think that chrome wheels look quite nice, so I'm just going to paint the wheels bright silver chrome, and then I'm going to tint the windows kind of like a light, not light grey, but light black. So yeah, black window tint, but not fully tinted, if you know what I'm saying. So like a half black window tint, similar to like a police car would have. And then there's one more bit that I just forgot, which is to add a sun strip. Again, this is optional. I'm just going to add a black sun strip to the car. Again, you can change the color, you don't have to do this at all, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to put it in black, and that is it. That's the livery finished, and that's it. You can change the smoke, the wheels, the window tint to whatever you want. You can change the numbers to whatever you want, and there you have it, a fully custom USA style, American style police car. And yeah, if you really want to, you can copy the same techniques used in this video on any car. It will work on every single car in the game. Obviously they've got different door panels and stuff, so it's going to be might be more difficult. The S13 has quite a nice clean body shape, especially for the door panels, but yeah, this will work on any car. We've just shown you today how to do it on the S13. I'm going to leave you with this little drifting clip, the cops doing some donuts around the donut shop. But yeah, if this video has helped you and you've enjoyed this livery tutorial, make sure you're subscribed. Lots of livery tutorials up on the channel. The most viewed on YouTube guide on how to actually use the editor. If you're wondering sort of how do I do something, I can't get the buttons to work, I can't get the menus to work, I don't understand the editor. Got the most viewed tutorial on YouTube explaining everything, how to do things really quickly, how the buttons work, how the menus work, just how to use the vinyl editor. But yeah, if this video has helped you, make sure you subscribe. We do daily CarX streams. We also do regular or daily drifting and racing videos. Not always CarX, sometimes Forza, could be a livery tutorial, could be a drifting tune, like a realistic drifting tune, could be a steering wheel tune, could just be a drifting clip, some gameplay, anything like that. But lots of drifting and racing content up on the channel. Make sure you're subscribed, and make sure you drop a like if this helped you. But other than that, have a good rest of your day everyone, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.